Hello and welcome to the Dr. English channel.
We're so glad you could join us today.
Hello everyone. A massive, warm welcome back to the Dr. English channel. We are so incredibly happy to have you here with us today. Whether you're listening at home with a hot cup of coffee, maybe you're at work taking a sneaky break, or perhaps you're squeezed onto a busy bus during your morning commute, it is truly wonderful to be in your ears today.
It really is. Hello, Karina. I have to say, it is great to see you today. You're looking very bright, and the energy in the room is fantastic.
Thank you, Igor. I'm feeling great, though I have to admit, I'm feeling a little bit nostalgic today.
Ooh, nostalgic. Now that is a big, beautiful word for our learners. For everyone listening, let's stop there for a second. Karina, what exactly does it mean to feel nostalgic?
You're right, it is a big word. To be nostalgic means I'm thinking about the past. I'm looking back at my memories with a mix of happiness and maybe a little bit of longing. It's that feeling you get when you look at old photos and smile.
I understand perfectly. I feel nostalgic sometimes too, especially when I hear a certain song or smell a specific food. But why are you thinking about the past today of all days?
Well, it's that time of year, isn't it? One year has just finished and a brand new year is beginning. It feels like a very special, transitional time.
You're right. It is the perfect moment to pause, take a breath, and look back at the last 12 months. In English, we often call this reflection. We reflect on the year.
Exactly. We think about the highlights, the good things, and we also acknowledge the challenges, the bad things. It's a full review of our journey. And that, Igor, is our big topic for today, looking back at the year.
I love it. It's such a relatable topic. But wait, before we dive into our memories, we have a very small but very important job to do.
I think I know what this job is.
You guessed it. We need to ask our wonderful listeners for a small favor. Friends, if you enjoy learning English with Karina and me here on Dr. English, please go ahead and click that subscribe button right now. It really helps our channel grow and allows us to keep making these lessons for you.
And please don't forget to hit the like button. Give us a thumbs up if you're ready to have a great conversation today. It makes us so happy to see your support. And hey, if you have a friend who is struggling with their English or just wants to practice listening, share this podcast with them. The more, the merrier.
Yes, thank you everyone. Your support means the world to us. Okay, Karina, let's get down to it. Let's talk about the year.
Let's do it. So, Igor, I'm going to put you on the spot. When you think back to last year, what is the very first thing that pops into your head?
That is a tough one. Let me think for a second. Honestly, the first word that comes to mind is time.
Time. That's interesting. Why time?
Because wow, the year went by so fast, don't you think? It feels like January was only yesterday.
I totally agree. It went by in the blink of an eye. I can still vividly remember New Year's Day last year. I was with my family and we had this massive, delicious dinner together. It feels like such a recent memory.
It's incredible, isn't it? Now here we are, a whole year later. It makes you wonder, where did the time go? But you know what they say, time flies when you're having fun, or even just when you're busy. Were you busy last year, Igor? Oh, I was incredibly busy. I worked a lot, I traveled a little bit when I could, and I tried to spend as much quality time as possible with my friends. My calendar was always full.
See? That's exactly why it went so fast for you. You did so many things. Your brain was constantly processing new experiences.
That makes sense. But what about you, Karina? Was it a fast year for you too?
You know, it was a bit of a mix. It was yes and no. Some months felt like they were flying, but other months felt quite slow.
Really? Now I'm curious. Which months felt slow for you?
February. Definitely February.
Why February?
It was just so cold. It seemed to rain every single day. I felt like I spent the whole month stuck inside my house, just waiting for the sun to come out. When you're waiting for better weather, time seems to stretch out forever.
I hear you. Winter can definitely feel like a long gray slog. But I bet the summer was different.
Oh, the summer was the complete opposite. It was so fast. I went to the beach, I went hiking in the fresh air, and I had so much fun. And like we said, fun times are always the fastest.
That is so true. Now, Karina, let's pivot slightly and use a bit of our English grammar. Let's talk about the past simple. This is a great tense for reflection. Can you tell me one specific big thing you did last year?
Okay, let's see. One big thing. Oh, last year I visited my sister. She actually lives in Canada.
Canada. Wow, that is quite a distance from here.
It really is. I went in August and it was absolutely stunning. We saw these massive mountains and crystal clear lakes. The nature there is just breathtaking.
That sounds like a dream, but I have to ask the important question. Did you see a bear?
No, I did not see a bear. And honestly, thank goodness for that. But I did see a moose. It was huge.
A moose. Now that is very cool. So you traveled, you saw wildlife, and you made a great memory. That sounds like the best part of your year.
It definitely was. But what about you, Igor? What did you do? Give us a past simple update.
Well, I didn't travel to Canada, unfortunately, but I did start something completely new. I started a new hobby.
No way. I love new hobbies. What was it?
I started playing the guitar.
The guitar? Igor, that is fantastic. Are you a rock star now?
Well, not exactly. I'm not very good yet, but I practiced a lot last year. It was a big commitment.
That is so interesting. Did you take professional lessons or did you teach yourself?
I took lessons online. I bought my guitar back in March and I made sure to play every single week. I really wanted to stick with it.
That's wonderful. You didn't just pass the time, you learned a brand new skill. How did it feel at the start?
Honestly, it was quite difficult. My fingers actually hurt from pressing down on the strings.
Oh, I bet. I've heard the beginning is the hardest part for guitarists. But what about now? Can you play a full song?
I can play 3 songs now. They are very simple songs, mind you, but I can play them from start to finish. It makes me really happy to see that progress.
That is such a great achievement, Igor. Think about that. I traveled and you played music. We're using the past simple tense here. I traveled, I played, because these are actions that are finished. The year is over and those specific days are in the past.
Exactly. But as we know in English, we also have the present perfect tense, and this is a very important tool for reflection.
Ah, yes, the present perfect. This is the tense that acts like a bridge, right? It connects the past to the present moment.
Precisely. We use it to talk about our life experiences where the specific time isn't as important as the fact that it happened. For example, I can say, I have learned a lot this year.
Perfect example. The learning started in the past, but the knowledge is something you have right now. It is important to your life today.
Exactly. And I can also say, I have made many new friends this year.
Me too. I have met so many interesting people through this channel. And think about us, Igor. We have recorded so many podcast episodes together.
We really have. We have recorded so many episodes, and more importantly, we have helped many students around the world. That is actually my favorite thing about the whole year. I feel very proud of that.
I feel the same way. It gives the work so much meaning. So looking back isn't just about the events or the trips we took. It's also about change, how we have changed as people.
That's a deep thought. Let me ask you then, how have you changed, Karina?
That's a good question. I think I have become calmer.
Calmer? That's a great quality to have. How did that happen?
Well, last year I found myself getting very stressed sometimes. There was a lot going on. So this year I have practiced yoga regularly.
Yoga? I've heard that it's incredible for managing stress.
It really is. I have done yoga for 6 months now, and I can honestly say I feel so much better. I've changed my daily routine, and in turn, I've changed how I feel inside.
That's a beautiful transformation. What about you, Igor? How have you changed? I think I have become more adventurous, especially with food.
With food? What do you mean? You used to be quite a picky eater, didn't you?
I was, Before this year, I mostly stuck to very simple things: pizza, sandwiches, maybe a salad if I was feeling healthy.
The classic Igor diet.
Exactly. But this year, I have tried so many new things. I have eaten sushi for the first time, and I have eaten very spicy curry.
Wow, you really have been brave. How did your stomach handle the spicy curry?
My stomach was definitely surprised a few times, but I actually liked it. It was a good change. Trying new things makes life feel much more exciting, don't you think?
I totally agree. It keeps us growing. And Igor, this actually brings me to a very big question. Are you ready?
A big question? Okay, I'm ready. I've got my coffee, I'm sitting comfortably. Let's hear it.
We've talked about the past, we've talked about our hobbies and our travels, but I want to go deeper. What was the biggest lesson you learned last year?
Ooh, that is a very deep question indeed. The biggest lesson. Not just a small tip, but a real life lesson.
Exactly, a big one.
Can I have a moment to think about that?
Of course, take your time. I'll take a sip of my tea while you reflect. Audio, sound of a ceramic cup clinking, and a short pause of silence.
Okay, I think I have my answer.
I'm all ears. Tell us, what was your biggest lesson?
My biggest lesson was this: rest is productive.
Rest is productive. That's a powerful statement. Can you explain what you mean by that? Because usually people think productive means working hard.
You know me, Karina. I like to work. I like to be busy all the time. I'm always doing something, always starting a new project.
I know, you're like a machine sometimes.
Right, and in the past, I actually felt guilty if I stopped. I felt like a bad or lazy person if I just sat on the sofa for an hour doing nothing.
I think a lot of people feel that way. We feel like we always have to be moving.
Exactly. But last year, I hit a wall. I got very, very tired. I was completely exhausted.
Oh no, that's a tough place to be.
It was, and because I was so tired, I had no choice. I had to stop. I had to sleep more, and I had to start taking real breaks throughout the day.
And what did you discover?
I realized that when I actually allow myself to rest, I work so much better later on. My brain is clearer and my energy is higher.
So rest isn't just doing nothing.
Exactly. Rest is actually the act of preparing to do good work. It's like recharging a battery. If you don't recharge, the machine stops working.
That is a beautiful lesson, Igor. Rest is productive. I think I need to remember that one myself. Thank you for sharing that.
It really changed how I live my life. Now I'm a big fan of naps.
Naps are the best. Good for you. Well, now I suppose it's my turn.
It definitely is. Karina, what was the biggest lesson you learned last year?
My lesson is about friendship.
Friendship? Tell me more.
My lesson is that good friends are like family.
That's a lovely sentiment. What made you realize that last year?
Well, I had one particularly difficult week. It was one of those weeks where everything goes wrong. My car broke down, and then to make it worse, I got really sick.
Oh, I remember that. You had the flu, right?
Yes, it was awful. And as you know, my actual family lives very far away. Being sick and alone in the house, it was a terrible feeling.
I can imagine. It's moments like that when you feel the distance the most.
Exactly. But then my friends stepped in. They were absolutely amazing. They brought me hot soup, they drove me to the doctor when I couldn't drive myself, and they called me every single day just to check in.
Wow, that really is wonderful.
It made me realize that friends aren't just people you have fun with when things are going well. They are your support system. They take care of you when you're down.
That is so true. We can't choose our biological family, but we choose our friends, and in many ways, they become the family we build for ourselves.
Precisely. So I have learned to appreciate my friends so much more. I have told them thank you many times this year.
That is a very important lesson.
At the end of the day, we need people. We weren't meant to do everything alone.
No, we certainly weren't. So Igor learned to rest, and I learned the value of friends. Two very different but very powerful lessons.
And you know what's interesting? We only learned these lessons because of our experiences, even the bad ones.
That's a great point. The tired days taught you the value of rest, and the sick days taught me about the value of friendship.
Exactly. That's why we shouldn't regret the past.
Regret. That's another strong word. It means to feel sad about a mistake or to wish you hadn't done something, right?
Yes, exactly. But if we can look at our mistakes as lessons, then we don't need to feel sad about them. There are no regrets, only lessons.
I love that. So if you made a mistake last year, it's okay. The real question is, did you learn something from it? If you did, then it was a good mistake.
Just like my guitar playing. I made 1,000 mistakes when I started, but I kept trying, and now I can play those 3 songs.
Exactly. So Igor, we have looked back, we have reflected on the journey, we have essentially closed the door on the old year. How do you feel about the new year now?
Honestly, I feel ready.
Ready?
Yes, I have my lessons in my pocket, I have more energy because I know how to rest now, and I am genuinely excited for new adventures.
That is the spirit. I'm feeling excited too. I want to make even more friends, continue my yoga journey, and of course, record many more podcasts with you for our listeners.
Of course, always more podcasts. You know, Karina, I bet our listeners have some incredible stories from their own years.
I'm sure they do. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone learns different things.
Maybe someone out there learned how to cook a new dish. Maybe someone moved to a new city. Or maybe, and this is a big one, they learned a new language like English.
Oh, absolutely. If you are listening to this right now and you can understand what we are saying, then you have learned so much English this year. That is a huge achievement.
It really is. You should be very, very proud of yourselves. Learning a language is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It takes time, and you're doing it day by day, year by year.
Exactly. And we are so happy to be on this journey with you. Igor, I have to say, I really enjoyed this conversation today. It felt very warm.
It did. It felt like a real chat between friends, because that's what we are.
Well, Igor, I think it might be time to say goodbye for today.
Already? Wow, the time went fast again.
It always does when we're chatting. But before we go, we have one final question for all of you listening at home.
Yes, we really want to know about your year. Please go down to the comments section and tell us, what was the biggest lesson you learned last year?
Was it a lesson about your career, your family, or maybe something you learned about your English studies?
And here's a little challenge for you. Try to use the past simple, like I learned or I realized, or use the present perfect, like I have decided or I have discovered.
Yes, we absolutely love reading your comments. They are always so inspiring and interesting to us.
And one last reminder, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Dr. English channel, join our global family, and share this episode with anyone you know who might need a little bit of reflection and English practice today.
Thank you all so much for listening. We truly appreciate every single one of you. Happy New Year to everyone, and remember, keep learning.
Yes, keep practicing, keep resting, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye everyone, have a great week.